In 2023, the NIH released a study that tried to link genetic factors or find any correlation for up to 30% of infertile couples as unexplained infertility. What this means is that the NIH, which is a reputable government affiliation, National Institute of Health, that runs data and tries to figure out across wide swaths of data and through research what things could be linked to other things so that there's more private research done or even public research to figure out the correlations. And in this large study that was released in 2023, the NIH determined that up to 30% and as little as 10% of all infertility cases are categorized as unexplained. And the criteria for getting a diagnosis of unexplained infertility is that there's no reason for why you can't conceive. Maybe the AMH is a little low, maybe there's some dysregularity in the cycle, but often these couples have relatively normal levels of eggs, relatively normal levels of sperm, relatively healthy qualities of these two, and they even undergo assisted reproductive technology to enhance these numbers, and yet they can do 5, 6, 7 cycles and nothing happens. They still can't conceive. That unexplained infertility, they only found 2 correlations. They picked 197 or 167 women, somewhere in that range, and exomes from their genetic data that were similar across many of those women. But again, that wasn't really a large enough sample size to determine if there was actual genetic factors that were involved. There was believed to be some genetic factors, and the only thing that was pulled out from this data that seemed to be correlated was elevated TSH levels. And TSH is the hormone that stimulates the thyroid to release more thyroid hormone. And there's only a few causes for why your TSH will be elevated. The number one most common would be that you're not making enough thyroid hormone as is, or the circulating levels aren't being activated and utilized. So when your bloodstream returns to the area of the brain that senses how much thyroid hormone's being circulated, if the levels are low from lack of activation or from just a low production of thyroid hormone, your body releases another hormone from another area higher up in the brain to stimulate the pituitary to release TSH. And when the TSH reaches the thyroid hormone, the thyroid produces more T3, T4. That was the only correlation found in these unexplained infertility cases, which points to this huge indicator that many of fertility cases come from metabolic function, thyroid function, and probably also immune function, which I've seen empirically. This is really important. If you've been struggling and you've been diagnosed with unexplained infertility, or you haven't been diagnosed, but you've been trying and you don't have a single reason for why, through all diagnostic criteria, that you aren't able to conceive, it's very likely correlated to thyroid function. So it's important to get your TSH checked. And don't wait till the TSH is over 5 before treating it. Anything over 2.5 counts in my book.